The subtle art of not giving a fuck, written by Mark Manson. The contents: don't try. Happiness is the problem. You are not special. The value of suffering. You are always choosing. You are wrong about everything. Failure is the way forward. The importance of saying no. And then you die. Chapter 1. Don't try. So, Charles Bukowski was an alcoholic, a womanizer, a chronic gambler, a loot, a cheapskate, a deadbeat, and on his worst days, a poet. He's probably the last person on earth you would ever look to for life advice or expect to see in any sort of self-help book. Which is why he's the perfect place to start. Bukowski wanted to be a writer, but for decades his work was rejected by almost every magazine, newspaper, journal, agent, and publisher he submitted work to. His work was horrible. They said crude, disgusting, depraved, and as the stakes of rejection slips piled up, the weight of his failures pushed him deep into an alcoholic fueled depression that would follow him for most of his life. Bukowski had a job as a letter filer at a post office. He got paid shit money and spent most of it on booze. He gambled away the rest at the racetrack. At night, he would drink alone and sometimes hammer out poetry on his beat-up old typewriter. Often he'd wake up on the floor having passed out the night before. 30 years went by like this, most of it a meaningless blur of alcohol, drugs, gambling, and prostitutes. Then